Check it out, guys. So it's currently about 11:30 a.m. on the East Coast, and all the indexes across the board, thanks to Credit Suisse, which I do have a dedicated video on coming out later today, all the indexes right now are getting destroyed. We have the Russell down over 2%, the Nasdaq's down 0.8%, the Dow's down 1.6%, as the S&P 500's down 1.4%, and we have the VIX, get ready for this, guys, get ready for this, up 16.5%. So yeah, volatility's running rampant right now in these markets. The metals are moving up a little bit as well. Silver's up 0.25%. The gold is up 1%, and all the indexes are moving down. And I'm assuming crude oil is all over the place as well. Yes, look at that. Oil is now under 70 a barrel. It's free falling down 5% on the day. So we're going to break down a lot in this video, break down a bunch of charts, stocks, what I'm looking to do. So if y'all find value, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 17 stocks from Moomoo using that link down below. Open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock. Deposit at least $100, you get 6 more free shares of stock, and if you deposit at least $1,000, you get another 10 free shares of stock, totaling 17 free shares. Use that link down below. Again, get your free stocks. It also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So let's start off with S&P, the S&P 500 here, looking at SPY, which you guys can see free fall. It's been free falling pretty much all day up until now. We are seeing a little bit of consolidation, but in the pre-market, this thing went down from 392 all the way to 383, almost 382. That was a drop of about 2.3%. And like I said, now we're starting to consolidate a little bit as the markets open. And we have a lot going on with the bank stocks yet again. We got news that Credit Suisse is not getting any more funding from the Saudi National Bank, which we talk about more in my video coming out later today. And that triggered a big sell-off in Credit Suisse stock, which has been selling off for months, but today it's down another 15%. At one point it was down, I think, way more than that. It closed at $2.50 yesterday, $2.50 a share, and it went down to $1.75. At one point it was down 30%, and this loss in Credit Suisse triggered losses in other European banks and other banks here that are located in the United States. I mean, some of the regional banks that collapsed and had a little rally yesterday, they're free falling yet again. First Republic Bank is down 17.5%. We're talking banks like PNC, they're down 4%, which is not nearly as bad, but you're seeing the weakness all across the board. JP Morgan's down over 4%. We have Bank of America today down. Let's see here where this one's at. Bank of America's down 1.7%. So the troubles we're seeing with Credit Suisse, which is hurting their stock, is now hurting other bank stocks and causing even more fear in the overall markets like we've been seeing the past couple of days. And again, the VIX is up 16% right now on the day. So a lot of craziness is going on, guys. And SPY, even though it sold off a lot in the pre-market, it is still holding a multi-day support, which right here you guys can see it's at about 380, 385. You can see that's where we've held over the course of this week, and even the end of last week. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 days of support at that level, right? And if we pop up Triple Q, which you guys know tracks the NASDAQ 100, you can see the same exact things going on, right? We have support at about 290, 295, and if we pull up the intraday chart, you're going to notice a big sell-off in the pre-market from 298 down to about 292. That was a drop of almost 2.2%, and since that point, it's been consolidating. We are seeing a little bit of a rally, but nothing really crazy, nothing worth writing home about. All it really is I'd argue consolidation, right? So at this point, guys, we're still clearly in a downtrend on the 4-hour chart. You guys see that here on Triple Q and on SPY for that matter. If I pull it up, you'll see it. And if I pop up the 20-day chart, you'll see it as well. SPY still on a downtrend. Boom. If it wants to work, come on. There we go. It is still on a downtrend. And same exact thing here with Triple Q, obviously, as the overall markets today are getting destroyed. So we'll see how Credit Suisse, that whole scenario pans out. And again, make sure to subscribe because we do have a video coming out later today, which goes way more in depth on what's going on. We break down a bunch. It's about a 12-minute long video, so be in tune for that. And on top of the bank stocks not doing well today, you guessed it, big tech is not doing well today today either. We have Tesla back under $180 a share. This is down about 2%. And mind you, it has rallied a good amount. Tesla was at 163 just 2 days ago. Now it's almost at 180. In fact, in the pre-market, it was over 180. So it has rallied a good amount, but it's back under 180, down 2%, down almost $4 a share. And what we're noticing on this chart, or at least what I'm noticing, Tesla had that relief rally from 163 up to 184, which it played right in that gap that we talked about recently, and we have it outlined here on the 4-hour chart. If I zoom in a little bit, do you guys not remember we talked about the gap, the range between 165 to 180, 183, roughly 182? That's where this stock was trading back in the end of January. You can see it right here from 160 to 180 roughly is where it was trading. Then it broke out and went to about 220. Now we're pretty much back in that range. We filled the gap down to 163 a couple days ago, saw the rally, this morning, this pre-market up to about 180, 185. Now we're falling back in the range, and we're clearly getting rejected by the 180 SMA, the 50 SMA, and we have a death cross here on the 4-hour chart on Tesla. So by the looks of it, guys, this wants to maybe go back down to test 165. Maybe it starts to fill that gap back down here to that point where we just were a couple of days ago. That's kind of what I'm seeing here on Tesla as of now at about 11:30 a.m. And mind you, we do have a lot more time left today, so anything could happen. But it looks like to me the relief rally is in. The top could be in, and we're starting to fall back down now. Again, down 2%, over $4 in the red on the day thus far on Tesla. And looking at some other ones, Google is down 0.1%. Nothing really much going on here with Google. Still in the mid 90s. We can see it's at $94 a share. We have Amazon. Let's pull this up, down 0.4%. This is also in the mid 90s, not really doing much today. Apple, on the flip side, is down 1.2%. Still on the wedge here that we've talked about in the past couple of videos. And we can see my alerts at 156. It's still at 156. We'll see if it breaks. If it will break, time will tell, guys. And we have good old Microsoft. Let me pull that up here. Microsoft is actually looking very good. Probably the best looking big tech stock out of the bunch today. It's up over 1%. It's up $3. And we're noticing it is breaking out of this wedge that we called out recently. The double bottom breakout looks like it's playing out. We're above the moving averages. We're at a multi-week high, and we're about to test 265, which you guys can see. That's where my alert's at. We're now at 263.70. If we do break 265, we go to 275. That's probably where we're going next. If that were to break, this could be in a complete breakout. The momentum could really start to build at that point. So you guys can see 265, that was the high from back in the beginning of February, also from back in the middle of December. So again, that point's huge. We break that, we're probably going to the highs from the beginning of February, middle of February, being about 275. So Microsoft looks pretty good today. Meta, let me pull this up. Meta is fighting in the mid 190s, which makes sense considering it had a massive green day recently. That was yesterday, right? The day before. Either way, Meta had a big day to the 190s, and now it's going to be facing that resistance from a couple weeks ago. You guys can see back in the beginning of February, Meta was at 195. It's got to break that point. If it does, 200s, we'll be well on our way. And let's see some other movers here, maybe some down movers that we have today. We have AMC. Ooh, this thing's getting beaten up again. AMC's down 8.6%. It looks like now it's taking out the lows, not only from yesterday, which is bad in and of itself, but also it's taking the lows out from a couple of weeks ago. If I zoom in, I'll show you guys. These lows were back in the middle of February. Lows were at about 440. We're breaking that point, clearly breaking that point. And now we're starting to head to the lows by the looks of it from the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, being about 370, 375, 380. That's where it looks like this thing wants to go. So AMC continues to break down here. GameStop is also breaking down as well. It's down 6% on the day, back under $16 a share. And look at that. It looks like it's getting right near the lows from the beginning of this year, being about $15.40. That's where it looks like it's going. And if I had to guess, guys, we're probably going to take out that low. That's the way the chart's looking, guys, as we are seeing a death cross. We're under the moving averages, and we have earnings coming up, which, let's be honest, the earnings are not going to be the best, most likely. If I had to guess, I could be wrong, but if I had to guess, the earnings are not going to be too hot. So that's a rundown quickly, guys, of what's going on right now. And again, make sure to subscribe, because later on in the day, we have the Credit Suisse video dropping. And of course, we have a lot more content coming out. So again, subscribe, hit that like button. Don't forget to get up to 17 stocks for Moomoo. Open up an account. You get 1 free share of stock. Deposit at least $100. You get another 6 free shares of stock. And if you deposit at least $1,000, you get another 10 free shares of stock, totaling 17 free stocks. And full disclosure, it helps out the channel as well. So use that link down below. Get your free stocks. Let me know which ones you get. And feel free to check out the Patreon if you want to see me build out my Patreon portfolio, if you want to be a part of the Discord, and if you want my charts and thoughts throughout the day, more one-on-one access, that's on Patreon. Link down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.